Hi, my name is LeAnn Martin. During this PowerPoint, we will be looking into intensive farming. What is intensive farming? Why is it important? As well as other issues associated with this method of farming, to include strategies to help the problem. This is a topic close to home for me and my husband, as we farm our own garden, raise our own chickens for eggs, and sometimes slaughter our own meat for our family. Intensive farming is a process also known as factory farming in regards to animals. This means using small spaces to raise a large amount of animals, such as chickens or cows, in an effort to produce higher quantity of product for a lesser price. Mechanization is primarily referred to regarding agriculture. In mechanization, pesticides and chemicals are used to allow mass production of crops. Once again, this is used to yield the most crops per acre of land. An article found in Science journals breaks down land usage as: of the world's agricultural land, about 1/3 is devoted to crops, and the remaining 2/3 to pastures for livestock grazing. There are many known problems with intensive farming, both agriculturally and with animals. Two of the most common are water contamination and soil erosion. Water contamination is caused by the entry of pesticides and chemicals into the Earth's surface, which ends up in the water runoffs. Erosion occurs from depletion of topsoil and lack of proper tillage and technique used by farmers. Over the past several years, according to scientists, soil erosion has worsened over the past few years. Soil erosion causes loosening of the soil, which adds to deforestation. In return, this leaves other areas susceptible to further soil erosion, like a vicious cycle. Damaged soil leaves land unable to grow crops, thus reducing yields for that given area. In return, this is a potential for income loss to farmers. With steeper climates comes a higher need for proper tillage, as the risk of erosion is greater. Farmers must practice conservative tilling methods to allow proper drainage of water from soil. Chemicals found in pesticides and other farm-related crop applications often contain one or more toxins. While these toxins usually break down within the soil enough to avoid death or acute illness, long-term exposure can cause chronic health concerns. Such health issues may be high blood pressure or cancer. There is not a way to avoid water contamination of any water source with these chemicals. Once entered into the ground, wells, springs, rivers, and large bodies of water alike are at risk for contamination. We must educate the public. Emphasis needs to be placed on ruining the environment today is not a quick and easy fix for future generations. One way to gain a positive return would be to write grants or offer scholarships to those willing to pilot new farming techniques, possibly techniques that could use organic crop treatment and higher standard living for farm animals. Additional incentives would be tax credits and funding for sustainable farms. Conservation farming will produce the most optimal soil preservation results, such as reduced erosion, improved soil structure, improved soil health, increasing planting opportunities, and more reliable yields. To reduce and possibly eliminate water contamination, use of organic substances that do not offer toxins, carcinogens, and break down more easily than chemical pesticides when in soil would be ideal for all farmers to use. Communities as a whole need to propose laws and sign petitions, create an agenda to vote on to make it the law to practice safe farming practices such as no factory farming, no chemical pesticides, and crop rotation to save the land. This is beneficial to our future.